Welcome back, gang. This week we go to Immico. I wanted to do a shop tour for these guys for quite a while now, and I did this probably like 2 months on the run up to my like pretend prep for players, and then I had an oil leak, so yeah, whatever. But yeah, there's the exhaust money off the RS, which seems a bloody shame to cover it up, but actually what's going to come is better. So that's the old passivation station there. So I wanted to walk around this place. I wanted to show you guys what a heat insulation emission control company looks like, what they do. You know, there's a few companies like this, but Immico, I've spoken to these guys for a long time now, and these guys are straight up and down. They don't mess around. They know exactly what they're doing. Studio owner is so clued up. I mean, obviously it's a company, right? So he should be, and he really cares about this stuff. This is really his, this is his baby. This is a company, and you can see every product that comes out. Even the layout of the company, right? Layout of the shop here, it looks amazing. And they're developing all the time. You know, they're a very young company and they're growing very nicely. So it's good to see that, and it's good to be involved with a company like this early on, because I want to get them involved in the KA as well. But I wanted to show you guys the difference between just getting like an exhaust wrapping your exhaust, hoping for the best, getting one of those sort of ceramic coatings put on the exhaust, which we all know, you know, your exhaust do crack over time, and those coatings do get dirty and, you know, mess about. But this is another option for us. You know, this is similar sort of price to the ceramic coating, and it gives us it can give us up to 80% reduction in surface temperature. But I wanted to show you guys like what goes into them making an exhaust here. So you see, this starts out of the sheet dimple metal, usually stainless steel. If you've got stainless steel manual, which most of us will have, you're not going to have no Inconel or anything like that. And they match the material to the exhaust manifold, and then basically laser cut it out, and then form it with one of their millions of different 3D printed formers. See here, I think this is a tractor exhaust or something like that. But yeah, I use 3D printing there. You can see that. Spot welded the material on, then they use like some other type of welder. I don't know, I'm not really sure what it is. Doesn't it look like a laser welder of some description? And then here look all different sort of rollers, bead rollers, another thing there. And then they basically seal it up. They put this special heatproof matting in it, and then they completely seal it in with this stainless dimpled stuff once it's been formed to the perfect bend to suit your mani. And they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of elbows on file. So, and they can just basically laser cut it in their laser cutter, put it in a 3D printed press, get a perfect shape like that, like I'm showing you there, and then spot weld it or laser weld it or whatever it is, the sort of welding that they do to seal that in. It's a completely watertight sealed fitting. See here all the different type of cuts. You've got all different stainless things. I have no idea what that's for, but it looks pretty cool. Their laser cutter is a serious bit of kit, and this is back to the old passivation station. Yeah, there you go. Like, it tells you what passivation is. So once this is done, the spot welds go from here, where it's heat affected, to passivated. It just looks clean, doesn't it? Back over to the laser cutter we go. It's it's a serious bit of kit, that, isn't it? And then there's a little press, and with a 3D printed bend, so you can whack that in the press. Put your bit of laser cut material in there, give it the old full beans, and then you've got a pressed bit of metal. And you can see here, obviously, like, repeatability is king with this stuff. You can just cut out as many bits on the laser cutter. You know, it's probably accurate within, well, much less than a millimetre, I should imagine, with laser stuff. And then you can just press, and it's done. They also use, obviously, the 3D printing stuff, like I've mentioned before. This is the office upstairs, and they've got the old printers going flat out all the time, just for new projects, new bends that they need. It's good to see. They're a really forward-thinking company, and I like that.
The real worker.
This is hello, you. Hello, Poppy. This is Stu.
Hello.
This is Matt.
Hello.
This is Matt hard at work.
Yeah, this is it, yeah.
This is us all CAD guys, this is all we do.
Yeah.
And what is this again? Silicon?
So it's a silica needle mat. So that one's our like 6mm offsets. This is what we'll use on your kit.
Right, okay.
And that's good for 1050 degrees C. So and that's what we've been getting there. 75 to even 85% surface cut reduction.
It's amazing, isn't it?
You know, we were using it in touring cars, F1.
It's good enough for my shit
wet.
Focus then.
Oh, Joe, you just almost can't beat it. I'll be honest. There's market for us, but it's just not.
And this is just a normal product you can buy, is it? Like you guys can get us from a supplier?
Yeah,
You
we get
just...
it from a supplier. We get loads of rolls of use.
Well, yeah, I guess again you need stock, don't you?
Yeah,
and if you have something specific, like we need a surface temperature reduction of 90%, you go, all right, well then.
Yeah, and you know, you've got different thicknesses, so different application, different that sort of size. It's the same with the dimple foil, you know, it's depending on your application, we try and match the material of the manifold.
Yep.
So if you've got stainless steel, we use stainless steel, you've got Inconel.
Dan was saying that you've got Inconel, you've got titanium.
Yeah, titanium.
Which is proper Gucci spec.
Yeah, it is, I'll be honest.
So, no, it's very cool.
2 weeks later.
Good old Will Pedley. Don't know what he's up to these days. I think he went on to like bigger and better things really. Smart as fuck. I know he was in the tuning motors at one point. So if we hear the dog go batshit crazy, that could be new gaskets turning up. Well, let's knit these up so we don't lose the position. So torque setting is prototype, not FT, just like feel it with your thumb. See what else's back though just shit 10 minutes after working on the car. Good God. No matter what position you are in, it ain't the one. Again, give it one thumb, like that. Just one thumb. I haven't stripped the bolt. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm stopping talking. I was going to say I haven't stripped the bolt yet, giving it one thumb. And today is not the day. Thread in the block. Right, so look here, what are we working with? That's a 10 in it. So what I'm doing is, they're tight now, I'll dab them. I want to just make sure that's tight and it's not moved. That's already been dabbed, that ain't moved, that hasn't moved. That looks like a worse angle than it is, but that's actually quite natural on the hose. It's just this heat proof. And then my heat proof gluey glue stuff. Loose valve, loose valve. There we go. Oh yeah, she's decent. So now that's good. Let's make sure that is also good. The oil return on this was a bit of a prick when I first did it, because I did it in hard lines, but it's decent now. And also, I'm really happy. Oh no, she's leaking. Oh, you son of a bitch. Not leaking, but she's weeping. Why? Oh, she's leaking off the fucking fitting into the block. Look. You son of a bitch. No way. Has that been enough to drop onto the Manny? Man, why are cars such dickheads? Right, could be a false alarm. That bolt could have just potentially come loose. Right, a little jimmy bar on it. No, that's tight. Well, I have to keep an eye on that. Don't really want that dripping on the downpipe. I see exhaust Manny, sorry, downpipe. Got a little weak there off the upper sump gasket, which is pretty normal. Which could have been from before, because that's the top side, which I wouldn't have seen. But I did that twice. I don't think that would be an issue. What I'll do is I'll get some brake cleaner on that. So what I'm doing is I'm just going through it all. So right now I'm just doing the crank position sensor. Oh bloody hell, that's loose. Now that is tightened into a little plate. I ain't giving that too much beans. Which is then bolted into the side of the box. So I'll have to remember to take that off. Oh, there's a little weak there. Before I pull the box for the new clutch and new diff. Because I know what I'm like. So what I'm looking at right now is this little weep here. Now these have an upper sump gasket, so you have block, upper sump, and these are prone to leaking in here, but it's wet down there, which is weird. It's not wet. I've done a little thing for Insta, but if you need to get a stud out, obviously I can't do that by hand, and there's no one putting a pair of pliers on it. So if you just get one nut on, get another nut on, then you need to lock them against each other. So just hold one with one spanner, one with another spanner. And then what you want to do is you want to be doing undo this one, because they're locked together. You don't want to undo that one because it'll just come off the end, right? You want to undo that one, it's locked against that, and they're locked on the stud. So if I do this, see the stud's now coming undone. It might be a little shaky because I've just had a super world ending coffee. And when I mean world ending, I mean proper job. The good shit. So what I failed to do last time we put this together was put copper slip on these studs. That's why they're stiff. I won't make that mistake again. So that's why you shouldn't should never lock tight them. It's into alley, right? And once that's in, you're not really relying on that being tight. You just screw that in by hand, like home, and then by doing these nuts up, or the proper nuts up on the mani, it pulls against that thread. And because you're tightening it up, it'll tighten against itself. So you never truly need it to be as tight as you think. You probably know all this shit, but I'll tell you anyway. So if I put copper slip on them, there'd be no bullshit, they'd just come straight out. See, that is a tight one. That is a tight one. There you go. Usually with alley, once you've broken the tension, it will come out. But you never ever want in alley, I'll hoover them out, you never want them to be locked in, because it will just pull the thread, especially in something like that, like a head. Shit. There you go, that's what it took. And then what I'll do now is I can surface that just by hand with a flat block. When I say a flat block, I just mean a block of anything flat. With a bit of decent light grit sandpaper. There you go, see? Just got to nip her up. You know, I did all this so many years ago. And I've never truly had downtime or access to do it all. That looks good. I know that one's good. These are all good. Never assume a bolt's tight. Just about to do it then, when let's have a look. What am I looking for? There it is, 3/8. Don't matter how many bits and pieces you have, you always lose your tools. Also, you've got your tools, but you can never see what you want. That's an 8, I need a 6. Should be here, shouldn't it? Wait here. Oh, there it is. Is that not a 6? It's tight now. It's just a really good visual marker for me too. So I remember. And I'm just doing the alternator now. Weirdly, I've got a few people hating on this alternator, or this company, and you know, the internet's a weird place, isn't it? I can only go on my experience, and my experiences is, oh, I fucking fucked that up. Anyway, at least I know I've tagged it. My experience with them has been absolutely bang on. The product just fit. Now I haven't turned it on yet, so it might not work, but I can't say fairer than that really. It does what it's meant to do. And if it just works, like I'm sure it's going to, I can't really understand why people give them so much shit, or at least they've given me so much shit about using them, because so far they've been nothing but awesome. You know, they're not cheap, so I guess maybe people think, oh, it should drive the car for you, but there has been multiple people that have said to me, why are you using that shit, blah blah blah. I'm like, how can a company that specialises in alternators and starters produce a shit product? They couldn't, could they? Because they wouldn't have a business. Their business model would be ruined. Let's start a company that produces dog shit products and still be in business 20 years later. Just doesn't work, does it? Anyway, it's the internet. Although the internet is a wonderful place for some things, for other things it's a bit odd, isn't it? Right, so I think now I'm going to give this a bit of sand. I'm not going to touch these ports because these have all been ground. They're a bit dirty, but if I ever run meth, that'll clean them up. Ross, where'd you stop? But you see on the Instagram how these have all been, all the throats opened up and all that stuff. And what I'll do is I'm just going to do a, that looks like a little nest. Yeah, so I guess all I'll do here is just have a little tidy up, get the hoover on it, and that'll be it. If I can find a little block, I'll just go backwards and forwards here, because there is a little lip there. And then I'm sort of ready to just leave that alone, jack the car up, drop the oil. Decent! I'll do the same with the inlet gasket, the inlet. I'll sand this head down. I normally run a blade over it, I'll sand it down, I'll put some sealant on it. And on the head. Let's see if I can find a block I was looking for, but it's really not abrasive. Let's have a look. Does it do what I want it to do? That's the question. Yeah, actually. What I don't want is I don't want to change the level of the surface. I don't want to influence the surface, because I know it's flat because it's been machine flat. But what I do want is to just know that that exhaust gasket is going to seal as it was. And yes, this is all going to get look. And what I'll do is I'll put a nice hoover on this afterwards. Get a port. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it?
So I was thinking of going something more aggressive. I'm glad I didn't. I hit it with like an 80 grit. You can see the port's full filled up. That's alright, I'll just hoover them in a minute. I'm about to get the exhaust, so it's going to fluff it out, but it will blow through the turbo, so not ideal. Can you do it? No, I'm not going to do that. Rolf Harris, you bastard. Right. And then we put a blade across them, but yeah, that's just all falling off. That's decent, that is. Yeah, I normally get a fresh Stanley and just do it across it, but I've had them dig in before and it gives me the willies. It's quite nice to hear the old port going whoop, 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 whoop. See, what I'll do is I'll get them down to, like, I can't feel that with my finger, so a mating gasket's not going to give a fuck. See, it's that I can feel. And that on there, God, such a bastard to get to. Right, let me shut the fuck up for 2 minutes. Get this done. Awesome. Such a fine grit. Point sanding's not doing fuck all to the surface, and that's what a gasket's for, right? Take up discrepancies in the surface, but I'm not trying to add anything here that's going to have a negative impact on sealing. A little bit up the top there, which is the most awkward bit for me to get to, of course. That is looking pretty decent. Let's have a little feel of that. That's come up lovely. This bit is just pissing me off. A little bit of coking, but that gasket's something epic. You know, I don't know if all these little bits help add up to the end goal, but I know I've a clean conscience on it then at least. Oh, my arm is absolutely dead. Right, that's good enough. Good enough for me. I'm going to hoover it now, then I'll give it a little wash down on acetone. Probably not very orthodox, is it? But fuck it. Needs must and all that. Now, if there's anything in there, it's 100% not in there anymore. Video brake cleaner treatment. should feel that really quick. All I need to do now is pop a slit on them studs, but I'm not doing them now. Right, got to jack the car up. Immico. Right, so that's all clean now and flat. Interesting, you see that? You see it, but you can't feel it. So that's good enough for me. I'll do the same for this. Because you can't feel them, but I'm going to put sealant. I'm going to port match the inlet gasket just for the injectors, but I think they're pretty good anyway. And then I'll put like a little scoofy of sealant around it, just so it pushes flat and seals, nothing to encroach on the runners. And I'll do the same on the head after I've given it a light sand. But yeah, it needs it. I'm feeling it now, and it definitely needs it. So you can't see it, I don't think. Let me get a cat of the old light, which is of course down to 1 bar of battery. Yeah. So that just needs a little clean up. I'll do the same there. Hoover that. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Here we are, back in the game. Just put a dab on them, and we're good. Stafford, England is calling me. I wonder what scammer that's going to be.